What up, everybody? Will Reagan from Reagan's Reefs and Reptiles. Sorry for my absence. I've been dealing with some serious health stuff. I'm trying to be quiet because everybody but me and the kitty and the nocturnal reptiles are asleep. So I can't tell you 100% how this issue began because they don't really know. But I can tell you that I was basically envenomated with coral toxin, with palytoxin. I know it got into my hands. My hands swelled up a lot. Had to take steroids and IV antibiotics, and that went away right away. But my leg also swelled up, and it just didn't get better. It just got worse, until I had to have a surgery where my veins had enlarged big time. They had to remove the enlarged vein, burn it out, because blood was just sitting in my leg and it was swelling like crazy. Got a couple of blood clots. That's been a couple years now. So anyway, everything's done except the healing of the wound. And for those of you who want to see the wound, I'm going to show it to you. If you have a weak stomach, if you're not an adult, if you don't want to see this, cut the video off now, because according to the wound clinic I go to, which is one of the biggest ones in Richmond, this is the worst wound they've ever worked on the whole time they've been open, which is about 8 or 9 years. So the worst, bar none, is what I've been told. Right now I go to the wound clinic every 3 days. This is why I haven't had a lot of time to make videos. But anyway, I go to the wound clinic every 3 days. It was a terrible treatment at first. I mean, they would scrub it, then bleach it, then debride it, where they would scrape whatever kind of nastiness out of it, and then basically they'd paint this purple dye, which is the same thing they use on cows when they cut their horns off. It's called gentian violet, and that's supposed to just dry everything up. Now keep in mind, this is about 50% healed, so it was about twice as bad as what you're gonna see right now. So here it is. Faint of heart, weak stomach, turn it off for real. So that's the better side, really. The worst is in the back. You can see how deep the necrotic nature of whatever they want to blame it on was. Now the purple is dye. That's the gentian violet, where they actually paint it on with that dye, and it just dries everything out. So once, pretty much that purple peels off, and you have new skin underneath. So that's what Mr. Reagan from Reagan Reefs and Reptiles has been dealing with. You can see it's a pretty horrific injury, pretty horrific damage, but again, it's only about half as bad as it was. Now what they're planning on doing, this is not a joke, it's going to sound like I'm trying to be cute or funny, and I'm not. They're going to do a new skin replacement product that's made out of foreskins. This is not a joke. So, kind of at first I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have dick skin on my leg. And of course everybody's giving me a hard time. My mom's like, oh, if you get excited, is your leg going to get stiff? I've heard a bunch of those, obviously. You guys probably have more you can come up with that are funny. I'm not too sensitive about it anymore. Because luckily I didn't lose the leg. Knock on wood, so far. And again, it's so much better that I should not lose the limb. That was a big concern at first. Are you going to lose your limb? And also, is it going to get into your bloodstream, and will you go septic and possibly die? And obviously I didn't die either. So that's two great things. So guys, man, keep me in your prayers. Like and subscribe to my videos. That has nothing to do with this, but hey, I got some cool reptile content. I know this will probably get more hits than anything I've done. But I wanted to show you guys, you know, just what can happen if you're not careful. You know, so be careful when you're fragging palytoas. Some of this could have really stayed a lot less severe than it is if I had been more proactive about going to the doctor, about, I mean, you know, I have a phobia about hospitals. I don't want to be in the hospital. I don't guess anybody likes it, but I really, really, really don't. So anyway, I tried to keep the care pretty much outpatient as much as I could. And there were, you know, several times they really wanted me to go in the hospital, and I was like, man, I just don't want to do it. And I, you know, COVID, that's a little part of it, but the main thing for me is I just have pretty much a phobia of hospitals. So that's it, fellas. It's like I said, it's so much better than it was. It's so much less painful than it was. I can't tell you how painful it was at its worst. And it still hurts. I mean, when you go in and they scrub it and bleach it and all that, it still hurts, obviously. It's just not nearly as bad as it was. It was so bad. But anyway, the whole foreskin thing, of course, I'm sitting here thinking, all right, I'm gonna have a dick skin leg. But that's not really how it works. I asked him, I said, okay, so do you just lay it on and then it heals to it? Or do you actually sew it on, or what do you do? And they're like, no, it's not exactly like that. Pretty much they put it on, they apply it, they leave it on for a week, and it donates things to your skin. It donates cells, it donates collagen. I guess because it's like infant tissue, it's almost like stem cell tissue or cells, I guess. And I'm kind of inferring some based on what they told me, and going, you know, some of it they stated verbatim to me, and then parts of it I'm kind of you know, making an inference based on what they told me, what I think it's going to do. So anyway, they put it on, leave it on for a week, then they wipe it away, and they do this 12 times. So it's like a 12-week procedure, and the extent of this damage, I mean, it probably might take, unaided, it probably would have never healed. I probably would have lost my leg or died. But if they just did what they're doing and didn't do any of the skin products, you know, it might take 6 more months to be fully healed. Whereas hopefully with this this new, you know, dick skin product that they're using, at the end of the 12 weeks, hopefully I'll have skin everywhere. So God bless you guys, man. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are doing all right in this economic time, man. It's tough. You know, everything's not, it's hard to get anything you're looking for. The guys in retail, of course, they don't have product to sell, so they can't make money. It's tough. Let's pray that it gets better. Please, please, please get better. Hopefully, you know, more of the workforce is going to be going back, and they'll get the ships that are not getting unloaded, and they'll get product out to everybody. And let's just pray, man. Let's pray 2022 is a better financial year than 2021. I really hope. If you guys would like and subscribe, there's not going to be a lot of leg. Well, there will be more. I mean, I'll show updates. And the one reason I haven't done a video about this yet is because I wasn't, you know, I've been going to wound clinic every 3 days, so it's always wrapped, except when I'm at the wound clinic. And I don't know how they would feel about me doing a video there. I might have to ask them, but we've just gotten to where I'm going to change it in between visits. That way I can get much better showers and all that, because you can't get it wet. I had to tap trash bags around it and try to shower that way. So anyway, this is going to make it nicer. I tell you, it's amazing what you can get used to. And once you're used to something horrible, and it just gets a little bit better, it's pretty great. And man, I can't tell you how much I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully, it's never going to look good. I'm never going to be a leg model. but I probably wasn't anyway. Uh, so anyway, I'm really looking forward to it being covered in skin and being able to go out, man, and play with my kids in the yard. And we went to the beach about a month ago, and it I really couldn't go out on the beach. I really couldn't do a whole lot, so that really sucks. My little boy, he's 12, and he really loves to go out at night and catch ghost crabs on the beach. And we always release them, and we don't keep them. We just catch them and then let them go and catch them again. And they still went out and did it, but it's he felt like it wasn't the same because like I'm the big crab guy. Nobody else wants to grab the big ones because they'll pinch the shit out of you. If you don't grab them right. So we missed out on that this year, but good Lord willing, man, next year will be a good year for for doing things. I hope. Hopefully, I'm healthy and healed up. Appreciate you guys' prayers. I really do, and everybody who watches the video, I appreciate everything, man. Seriously, even the 10 hits or 8 hits I get on my worst or least appealing videos. I don't know that they're necessarily awful videos, but I really appreciate it. Even like I said, even the little 6 views I've gotten on some videos that I guess I would have found interesting, but maybe I don't know how to title them. I don't know. I've never been clickbaiting and all that stuff. So anyway, God bless you guys from Reagan's Recent Reptiles. We've been doing a lot of rescue efforts lately. I've taken on a lot of rescue animals that people just couldn't keep for whatever reason. And we've been doing a lot of that, rehabbing and rehoming those guys. So, we got a huge tegu. That's been tough because he's so big. I can't ship him, so I have to find somewhere here locally, somebody pretty local who wants him. And he's in good shape. I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot wrong with him at all. Well, really nothing. It was just basically he's just so big. I guess the people either got tired of feeding him, or I'm not really sure. But they're good people. I know them. They take great care of their stuff. So he was in great shape, and they never would have done anything irresponsible with him. As far as just give him to a bad home or release him, they would have never done that. Only because I said I would do it, and they trust me alone. Is the only reason they said okay, cool. And let's see, I've got a Burmese star tortoise that I got back from a guy who I sold it to, and he just really didn't give it the care it needed, and eyes almost swole shut, and it just wasn't in good shape when I got it back. And it hadn't been that long, 3 months, 4 months maybe. He really just didn't do the things it needed. And I tell you, the biggest thing that has helped that guy, he's in awesome shape now. He's doing so well. I was battling it here, man, rinsing his eyes, drops in his eyes every day, greens every day, wild ones as much as I can get them here, but collards, turnip greens, mustard greens, dandelion greens, clover, just all kinds of good greens. And he was getting better gradually, but it was a slow process. I took him with us on vacation. Because of his condition, I didn't feel like I could really leave anybody else in charge of him, or I just didn't want to, I guess. I wanted to make sure he got the best possible care every minute so he could, get back to his grand self. And anyway, at the beach, since I was kind of sitting around, not doing a whole lot, I was able to take him outside every day, let him stay outside, get natural sunlight most of the day. And I can't tell you how much good, like a week of natural sunlight really did him. Like, that week of natural sunlight did more for him than the drops in his eyes and all that did for like 2 months, 3 months versus a week of natural, sun. So, hey man, the sun's great for reptiles. It's great for everybody. And it just really turned him around. I was so happy about it. It's really cool. So of course I've continued to take him out during the day as much as I can. If you guys have comments, please comment. Please ask any questions, reptile or leg related. I mean, I probably probably more like to answer reptile questions than leg questions. However, I'll be happy to answer any. And just sorry I always ramble on. Haven't done a video in a long time. Seems like I had so much to say. But again, there she is, man. Be careful. If you got venomous animals, if you've got palytoxins, especially the giant ones, the big ones, be careful with those things, man. That venom is really, or it's not venom, it's palytoxin. It's not really venom because they don't so much bite you and inject it. It's more of something that you'd have to break the membrane and then absorb through eating it or a cut or whatever. But it's not technically venom. Anyway, love you guys, man. Really appreciate your support. I really, really do. My children do too. And all good things, man. Everybody have a great night. Peace.